ArcheAge Unchained is the non-pay-to-win, buy-to-play version of ArcheAge that was released in October 2019. When this game came out, I went into it pretty much blind as I never really experienced the original ArcheAge, and for the first month or so I honestly had a really good time. I made a bunch of videos for the game, a beginner and end game guide, as well as videos praising it overall. So what happened? How do you go from playing an MMO every day and enjoying it, to completely dropping it and not touching it for the past 5 months? In this video, I'll explain what exactly caused me and pretty much everyone I know, including my whole guild, to all stop playing at roughly the same time. The first part of this video is my reaction to logging in and playing for a bit for the first time in months, and the second part is more of an analysis of the game and its issues. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Summoner's War is the classic turn-based mobile RPG with over 1,000 unique monsters to collect and awaken. In this game you'll need to unlock and put together a team of monsters to clear dungeons and collect more powerful and rare monsters. Each monster has its own different strengths and weaknesses though, so you'll need to strategize which ones work together best. This game features a global PvP arena, weekly in-game events, a customizable Sky Island, and as of right now there's a massive giveaway event going on as the game is soon to be celebrating its 6th anniversary. Download Summoner's War now via the link in the description below and get 100 mystical scrolls for free. It really helps support my channel. Here he is, Mr. Krabs, Ancestral level 18 Cleric. Let's see what's changed. We got achievements popping up apparently. This is where my house used to be. My house is no longer here. I want to see if the same person still lives next to me from before. No. So all of my old neighbours seem to have quit the game. That's a crazy house. Very nice. I guess with so many people leaving the game, the people that have stuck around have a lot of land. I've got mail apparently. 5 unread messages. So this is what happens when you don't pay your house taxes in ArcheAge. Demolition notice. Got my house and my furniture. I guess this is the stuff that was in my storage container. I'm guessing it's probably easy to find space for a house now. Let's go have a look. I could have a house here if I wanted, plenty of space. So if you started playing ArcheAge now and you're worried about finding land for a house, don't be worried. There's so much space now. Okay, this is new. There's a button here that says convenience. Raid recruiting, marketplace mail, and auction house. Why is that convenience? I don't really see anything that sticks out to me as being new content. Checking out the cash shop, and to be fair, it doesn't seem like they've added any pay to win to the game. Got a lot of dailies in my quest log. That's a great thing to greet me coming back to the game. 5,169 gear score. I think that's pretty bad by today's standards. Let's see if I can remember how to play my class. I gotta kill 50 animals. Fun times. I'm halfway through this daily quest and I'm already losing the will to live. This particular spot here I was grinding for bloody hours when this game launched. That's my daily quest done. That was a miserable experience. Always enjoyed taking my fishing boat out on the ocean, catching some fish. There's a question mark over here. What have I done? Hello? I don't remember doing a quest for you. Okay then. Oh fucking hell, what's that? Oh, it's a bloody jellyfish. The jellyfish in this game are fucking terrifying. Right, it's bloody dead. Good. Big pack of seagulls on the sea. This means there's like a fish area. The last time I played this game, every spot with seagulls, the big fishing areas were just packed with boats. It was only about 5 months ago, but now there's just no one here. It's like everyone just quit the game. I got giant sea bugs everywhere trying to wreck my boat. I should be okay to fish now. Put some chum here. Yeah, you can't really fish on your own because fucking sea bugs just attack you. I'm gonna try something that I've never done in ArcheAge and try to go to jail. The snow seems a bit erratic, doesn't it? Oh, bloody hell, I just got one shot. I'm wearing my fishing gear, that's why. So, oh my god, I'm still getting one shot. I didn't think the gear was that out of control. There's like 10 of us getting fucking spawn camped by 2 players. Big damage. Jesus, man. Okay. Equipment points, 11,500. Okay, he's double my gear score, so no wonder. 14,000. Oh my god. I guess I've found the end game in ArcheAge Unchained. Get high equipment score and then, like, spawn camp people in world PvP, I guess. This kind person is gonna let me kill them so I can go to jail. And the game freezes. Of course it does. And now I need to wait for the classic 10-minute loading up time of the fucking game before I can get back in. Oh my god. This person has double my gear score. I'm bloody tickling him. If you've got high gear score in this game, you're a bit of an unkillable god. Okay, so now I've got the felon debuff, and now I'm wanted. Okay, request trial. So now we're awaiting trial. Bloody hell. Oh wow, I've got a lot of crime points because I assaulted a lot of people. What the fuck kind of courtroom is this? One of the jury is AFK though, so we can't get a verdict. You can decline giving a closing argument. Guilty and sentenced to 58 minutes in prison. Okay, and now we're in jail, but the door's wide open. Seriously? Well, I'm just vandalising the prison. The guards don't seem to give a shit. Now I'm looking the part. For someone that's in jail, I sure have a lot of freedom. So this is the courtyard. So I can do some prison chores. Does this reduce my sentence? It does reduce the sentence. By 10 minutes just for sweeping a bit of rubbish. Oh my god, that's so cool. Starting to get exhausted from working too much. Once 100 is reached, you won't be able to perform prison tasks. Rats in the prison. Visitor mailbox. Kill the rats. Wait. Ooh, we can. Killing the rats is considered work, and you get pretty good XP for it, to be fair. It doesn't take long to get out of prison. Dirt mound. You can shovel dirt. I'm soon going to earn my freedom. I think more MMOs need to have the crime and punishment jail system, because it's really cool. And now what? I guess we've done our time. We spawn here and we're free. At least I was able to find something fun to do. So after having a bit of a think about what exactly caused me and many other people to stop playing ArcheAge Unchained, I think it comes down to 3 main things. Number 1, the daily quests. Apparently this never used to be a big thing in the original version of ArcheAge, but since the Hiram expansion, daily quests take up the majority of endgame progression, and any goals you set for yourself, from improving your gear to earning Gilder stars to build a mansion, will require that you log in to do dailies for a few hours on a consistent basis every day to make progress. What makes this such a head scratcher to me is that ArcheAge was initially designed to be a sandbox MMO, and the whole concept of having a set list of chores to do every day given to you by the game goes completely against what a sandbox MMO is. Number 2, the game has no fun replayable content that brings guilds together. Going into ArcheAge, I expected it to have some kind of content like Black Desert's Node Wars or Castle Sieges, where you fight other guilds to own a castle, the kind of things that guilds are scheduled to do 2 to 3 nights per week that give you a reason to gear up in the first place. WoW has it with its raiding, Albion Online has it with its territory wars, Guild Wars 2 and ESO has this with World vs World and raids. Honestly, every decent MMO has this type of content, except for ArcheAge Unchained. When this game launched, everyone in the guild I was in was spamming dailies and gearing up with the assumption that this game had fun stuff to do together as a guild later on, something you can put your gear to use on, and other than roaming the ocean with your boats and hoping to run into people to PvP, the game just doesn't have anything. If you was to give me an account with 15k gear score, I honestly wouldn't know what to do in this game for fun, other than ganking and spawn camping people around the world. Think about your favourite MMO for a second, and think about the type of content that you enjoy in that game so much that it consistently gives you a reason to log in, grind XP and get better gear, whether it be PvP, PvE or something in between. Most successful MMOs have some form of fun replayable content, or release content at a fast enough pace that you improve your gear in anticipation for what might come next. Now imagine your favourite MMO without the content that gives you a reason to gear up. That's pretty much how I feel about ArcheAge Unchained, and ultimately the reason why me and so many others stopped playing the game. It has the most boring daily quest style progression system in the MMO genre, but without the carrot on the end of the stick to make gearing up worth it. Number 3, the labour system. I could rant for a long time about why I hate the labour system, but I'm gonna keep it short and say that when I did want to play ArcheAge, I felt like I could only play it for a few hours before I start running out of options due to running out of labour, and when I didn't want to play ArcheAge, I felt obliged to log in and burn my labour because it's capped, and I'm essentially wasting resources and limiting my progression by not doing so. It's a system that limits your playtime when you do want to play the game, but forces playtime when you don't want to play the game, and on top of the daily quests was just another daily annoyance that slowly grinded me down to not giving a shit about the game anymore. On a fundamental level, the labour system in ArcheAge makes the game less fun than if it wasn't to exist at all, and a restrictive system like this one doesn't belong in a game that's supposed to be a sandbox MMO. I guess some other things that also annoyed me about ArcheAge that also contributed to me quitting the game are the fact that the game takes so fucking long to load up, that even if I did want to log in quickly and burn my labour on tax certificates, I need to sit through an obnoxious 5-minute load time that for some reason lags the hell out of my computer before I'm even in the game. As someone that rolled a healer, the healing UI in this game is the worst I've seen in an MMORPG. You know how in WoW and most other MMOs the nameplate UI greys out if someone's out of range or line of sight from you? In ArcheAge Unchained, this is not the case, and as a result of that you basically have to click on people's names whilst they're moving to heal them, or just put down AoE healing circles and hope for the best. I love healing, but in this game the lack of support from the UI makes it feel really bad. It's a sandbox MMO with factions. Personally, I think the whole concept of being locked into a faction in a sandbox MMO completely goes against the freedom that a sandbox MMO is supposed to be about. When a sandbox MMO designs content around faction vs faction rather than guild vs guild, not only does it give you a feeling of apathy because you're rarely able to play a big part in the outcome of events and you also don't know the people you're fighting alongside, but it also takes away from the impactfulness of guilds because you can no longer have content in the game such as guild-owned towns, castles or territories, and instead you need to have something meaningless like faction-wide buffs or something that benefits everyone if your faction wins a siege, for example. Honestly, when I think about ArcheAge Unchained as a whole, I'm pretty annoyed by the game, not because it's a bad game, but because it's a game with very good bones that's clearly been designed by a dev team that doesn't have the slightest idea of what makes a good sandbox MMORPG, which has resulted in this ugly sandbox/theme park hybrid without the quality PvE raiding of a typical theme park, and without the competitive guild vs guild PvP scene of a good sandbox. It's a game with an identity crisis. When it comes to the pros and cons of ArcheAge Unchained, it's really easy to just look at the pros and think, wow, this looks like a good MMO. It has good combat for a tab targeting MMO, a stunning ocean and sailing system with sea monsters and great fishing, a massive true open world with decent graphics, real space, meaningful player housing, the game isn't pay to win via the cash shop, the open world PvP system of the changing zone states is pretty cool, a nice crime and punishment system with illegal farms, criminal trials and the freedom to faction flag, and it has instanced content like 1 vs 1 arenas and battlegrounds. But the cons of ArcheAge Unchained are ultimately so fundamental and huge that the game just doesn't feel like it's worth playing. It feels like there's no fun replayable content that makes gearing up worth it. Any goal you set for yourself is gated behind weeks of daily quests. The labour system cuts your play sessions short when you want to play the game, and eats away at you like a nagging girlfriend when you don't want to play the game. It takes forever to boot up, so it isn't a good game for short play sessions. The healing UI sucks nuts, and the potential of future meaningful content updates is cucked by it being a faction vs faction MMO rather than something more guild focused. I'm gonna have to take the time here to apologise to you guys for making this video here. At the time of making that video, I was only about a month or so into playing the game, and I was still under the illusion that there was actually fun content worth gearing up for, and at the time the novelty of doing everything for the first time hadn't worn off on me yet. I'm not gonna lie, on this occasion I was swept up in the hype of playing a new MMO, and in the future I'm gonna try my best to not make stupid ass statements like X game is my new favourite MMO until enough time has gone by that I can at least see the bigger picture with what that game offers. But that's it for this video. I'm sorry it took me so long to put out my final thoughts on this game. To be honest, I was putting it off out of shame from going from being hyped on it to completely dropping the game. As always, please let me know your thoughts on ArcheAge Unchained in the comments below, and let me know if you went through the same feelings with it as I did. It definitely made me feel better knowing I'm not the only one that misjudged this game. Shout out to Summoners War for supporting this video with a sponsorship. Thanks for watching, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you again really soon.